The industry is going to have to engage with the next generation of investors with a whole load of expectations that they will have. They are being immersed in a whole new technology experience. It's tech, they don't really notice it. These are services that are being served up in a whole range of fashions and what are called these new form factors. We call them smartphones. So really, the industry is just going to get comfortable with this. It's going to start experimenting. It's shifting its focus from a regulatory discretionary spend model to actually investing in growth and this future market. The trade routes that they need to sit on are crucial. These are extremely affluent or aspirational affluent investors, and they will expect incredible levels of service that is kind of always on 24/7. Private banks and wealth managers can differentiate in an increasingly competitive market along the lines that we were discussing on the panel earlier today. They've got to start championing and even clarioning the importance of their brand, the security they deliver, not just to your savings and your wealth and your family's future well-being, but indeed your data. A lot of customers take this stuff for granted, and I think a lot of these providers just believe that's part of their service model, but they've got to remind folks the security and trust that they're placing in them and ensure that they call these out as differentiators. These are things that the large tech houses just won't venture into without partnering with the brands that we see at the MarketForce event today. I think we're probably the first, second generation of what we are seeing are services that are being provided in a tech space. We've got several generations and evolutions of this technology to come. As we're touching on at the MarketForce event today, there is going to be a real subtle blending and merging of where the human is involved in helping the consumer and when technology takes over. We've coined it as bionic. I think the notion of robo is getting rather old-fashioned. We need to move into a vision that the hybrid advice model, where really it becomes almost subliminal to the user, that tech is helping them. They're actually talking to a wealth manager. The greatest challenge facing the industry over the next 5 years is to really wake up to the degree of wealth that is going to flow through families and generations. In the UK, it's going to start to notch up north of $500 billion to $1 trillion in the next 5 to 10 years. So they've got to be ready for this. There is still probably a good few years left in this bull market. The industry's got to really be experimenting and trying things out. So that really, to me, is the key thing they've got to get savvy with, and is have just to get immersed in how this tech is changing the way we work. They've got to be talking to millennials that work in these organizations. They've got to be engaging them a lot more in how they reinvent their businesses. Well, we were initial users of the MoneyLIve private banking and wealth management event back in 2016 as basic ticket buyers and attendees. So we participated in that way. The engagement that we enjoyed with not only the guests but also the folks from MoneyLIve and MarketForce was so positive and encouraging for us that here we are a year later and we're sponsoring the main event. And you know, superlatives probably apply. Fantastic attendance, great conversations, panels that are really stimulating a great debate, and they come content rich.